Okay, this is part 2 of the practice test for Unit 6. Now, it's very important that you guys understand how to do a problem like each one of these because you will see similar problems on your Unit 6 test. So this is a two-way table and you're given some information that you have to fill out. So it's very important that you fill it out correctly. So it says a survey was taken of 372 males, that's the total males, and 324 total females. Of those surveyed, 275 responded that they got their, 275 males responded they got their license at 16, and 209 females. So it says, if a student is randomly selected from the class, calculate each probability below. Well, the first thing I want to do is I want to see how many total kids I am surveying. So 372 plus 324, 696. And then I'm going to find out how many males did not get their license. So I take 372 and I subtract 275, it's 97. And 324 minus 209, 115. And then I can total up my rows here, or columns, 275 plus 209. And I can check to make sure that my answers are right, 484. And then 97 plus 115 is 212. So then I add 212 plus 484, and I should equal 696, which I do. So my table is done. So now I have the situation where I'm going to say the probability of M and not your license. So the probability of being male times the I can just use the charts. The probability of male, so that would be here, and not licensed, so that would be 97, and it's out of the total, which is 696. So I don't even need to use the formula. I can just go ahead and do this. So it's the intersection, because it says and, that is the intersection of male and not your license, so 97 over 696. Number 17, this is a union, so this is an or situation. Okay, so I'm going to combine everything, and this says female, so I have my probability of being a female, which is 324 over 696, plus the probability of license, 484 over 696, minus the intersection of being a female and your license, because you counted that twice. So 324 plus 484 minus 209, it's 599 over 696. So your answer would be 599 over 696. Oop. The next one, it says what percentage of females got their license. So already I know that they're females, so I have my out of females number, and got their license. So 209 out of 324, and so your answer here is 65%, 0.645, which is 65%. Number 19 and 20 talks about in a certain town, the probability that a student plays a sport is 0.65, the probability that a person plays an instrument is 0.4, the probability that they play both is 0.25. What's the probability that a student plays a sport or an instrument? So this is the or. So I look at my formula sheet, it's or. So I find the probability that the student plays a sport is 0.65. And I add it to the probability that a student plays an instrument, 0.4. And then I subtract the intersection, which is 0.25. So I do 0.65 plus 0.4 minus 0.25, and the probability that they would do either or would be 0.8. The next one, the probability of a student plays an instrument given that they play a sport. So given that they play a sport, so that is the denominator. The probability that they play a sport is 0.65. And the probability of playing a sport, and, so this is the P of A, the conditional. So probability of A and B happening over the probability of B. So A and B happening at the same time is 0.25. The 0.25 divided by 0.65 is equal to 38%. The next one, number 21, 22, and 23. This has to do with the Venn diagram over here to the side, and a lot of you guys missed this one. Probability of A. The probability of A is everything over here in that circle. And so I have to add 0.3 plus 0.2, which is 0.5. This is the intersection, but it's still an A. The next one is the probability of A given B. Probability of A given B. So to find this, I need to find the probability of A and B over the probability of B. So basically I need the intersection over the probability of B, which is 0.6. So 0.2 divided by 0.6 is 33%. The next one is not the union of A and B. So it cannot be A and B. So what's left is over here to the side, which is 0.1, and that is your answer. Number 24 and 25 are just using the formulas. So I have the probability of A and B over the probability of B, just using the formula. 0.15 divided by 0.2 is equal to 0.75. And here the formula, again, for those of you who are wondering, probability of A and B over the probability of B. Here it says A or B. The formula for that is the probability of A plus the probability of B minus the probability of A and B. So just plug in 0.45 plus 0.2 minus 0.15. And so this is going to end up being 0.5. And that is the practice test. Make sure, cannot emphasize enough, you know how to do one of each of these types of questions.